Good morning. ah, Nothing like starting on a sip of your beverage when the camera goes on. Good morning. Welcome to Monday Morning Messages. I'm Candace Smith, and you did it. You're here. Another week, another Monday. Um, I don't know why it doesn't get easier getting out of bed. You think that once you develop like a habit that you just like leap out of bed and there's music and there's not. It's really quiet, and you press the snooze button a lot, and then you pull yourself together to greet the world. So for some reason, it just doesn't change, no matter how much or how little sleep I get. Okay, so good morning. Come on in, grab yourself a cup of something. So today we're going to talk about you. Yay! To be honest, there's only a 50% chance, really, because it's either going to be about you or other people. So today it's about you. And it's about, you know, who you are, maybe that you want to be, or that you may not show people, um, or that you may really want to be, and you are kind of showing up for that. So, um, one of the things that I was thinking about was, you know, kind of who we feel like people, like people don't know us, or, only a few people know us, and sometimes it can be frustrating because you think, well, they really don't know me. And I don't know, sometimes it kind of shows up when you get a gift, right? Um, you get a gift and you're like, what, how does this person, and I'm not saying that's happened to me, but I've seen it where, oh, well, I guess it has, maybe with, I don't know. I was gonna say like someone like you just that really like doesn't know you, but maybe with someone that you think does, and then you like get a gift, and you're like, wow, where did they get this from? Like this is so crazy. Like I've I don't know. So really, I can't think of something funny like I've never even been to Alaska. I don't know. And then you feel like, well, wow, how come they don't know me? And you want them to know you more, but um, but they don't. And so, one of the things that really I wanted to try to focus on today was, you know, trying to recognize if you're really living the life that you want to live and showing up as you. And one of the ways that you can do that is by being authentic to others. And this is way, way harder than it sounds. At least I know many times in my life it certainly has been, and it still kind of continues to be in some ways. But you know, we can often get caught up in what people will think about us if we like certain things, if we tell them certain things about ourselves, whether it's music or food or the career that we have or the people that we spend time with, the shows that we watch, um, things that we're interested in. And it can be so easy to fall into the trap of agreeing with others and or just not speaking up and saying that we feel differently, we think differently, we want different things. And I've definitely 100% been guilty of that. And it's not that it's bad or that something's wrong. It's just something. Oh my gosh, I didn't start this thing. Oh, okay. Um, yeah. Oh, there is a timer. Psh. Oh, wow. And I've really wasted a lot. Sorry about that. Mostly for you. Okay. So the first thing is really showing up as our authentic selves for other people, and it's so fascinating to me because you expect some, and this is me really, like I expect others to know me, but I'm not really allowing them to see my true self. So it's like, why doesn't this person know more about me? How come they don't anticipate this? How come they don't call or text or say a certain thing, or like send me articles or things that I would like, and suggest to go to certain places. And it's like, well, you haven't given them any of this information. You're so inside your head and you're so you that you just feel like that information exudes out and people just like absorb it. And I like I can literally believe that. I'm like, I feel like I'm so me inside that, people kind of should just get this vibe of like, here are the things that she likes, and it's really not true. And people are caring and they want to do, um, they want to do the best they can. They want to develop relationships, but if you're not being you and they're not being you, then it's really impossible to get to know one another because you have this layer. And especially if we're trying to please others, right? Our parents, siblings, co-workers, grandparents, friends, whoever it is that we're afraid of what they'll think, what they'll say, and what they'll do, then we're limiting ourselves from really being who we are. And, we're not letting other people, we're not, kind of giving them a chance to, you know, be with us. And it's interesting because if we're not giving them that chance, maybe they, um, would be able to know more about us and maybe that's not for them. Or maybe they would get to know more about us and would like to spend more time with us or have some of those interests that, sorry, this timer's like being weird. um, that they would love to get to know more of those things. So the first thing I kind of think of is really just showing up as you, and it can be very scary. I'm not saying that's easy or fun, but it's way better than sort of walking around with this sort of, sort of cloak that we feel like people, really need to dig deep to get to know who we are. And it's like, no, you can kind of just show them who you are. That's fine. It doesn't have to be difficult or mysterious, and they won't just get it. And even when you do tell them, they still might not get it. So it's funny. You might wait all this time, and be like, okay, here's me, and they're just like, yeah, I forgot you said that. So you might have to say it multiple times. The second thing I thought of is that, people aren't who you think they are either. And this can be really true when you find out certain things about people. So it's funny because, like, you're acting a certain way, maybe to please people, to keep the peace, to maybe keep friends, keep a job, which, again, there's no fault in doing these things. We all want to be happy. We all want things to be easy. We all want to, like, not have things get ruffled. But it's surprising, when you find things out about certain people, whether it's people in your life or celebrities, um, or political figures. Or, I don't know. There's a lot surprising there, or maybe even the celebrities. But you're just like, wow, I had no idea, and people don't. And I'm sure there's things about you, and definitely me, that people will be like, wow, I had no idea. And it's because in general, people don't make the assumption that people do these things and say these things and have these thoughts and ideas that they're out there, but you just don't believe it's anybody you know. And so if you're putting on a facade to be a certain way and you're doing it for a person who's not showing themselves either, then the whole thing is kind of silly, right? You're both wearing masks, like just sort of walking along in life without connecting authentically. And, it's like, how would you feel if, um, you sort of exchange information that's important for you, tell someone your dreams, your goals, your ideas, and they are, you know, in a place where they're kind of not being themselves either, it's really not going to match up because, like I said, you may be surprised to find out who they are. So, you know, take that into account when you're thinking about, who am I trying to impress? Who am I trying to keep the peace with? Who am I, um, really developing this friendship with? Because when they're not authentic and you're trying to impress them or keep the peace, you're doing it for someone who's really not a person either, right? That's deep for Monday. Whoa. I mean, two people walking with masks on. Anyway, the kind over your face, not the other ones. I guess you'd have to wear both now. One's metaphorical and one's real. So one's a metaphorical mask, the other one's an actual one. So I'm talking about the metaphorical mask. Although at Halloween they would be doing all of them: the metaphorical one, the real one, and then the other one. Um, wow. I mean, the comedy's flowing. So, and then the last thing I wanted to say. Oh my gosh. Yep, losing people. Okay. is, what was I going to say for my last thing? Oh, yes. Being authentic gives people the opportunity to learn and grow. And this is very important because, um, what if you, again, have these conversations, ideas, thoughts, dreams, and hopes, and you share them with people and you really kind of stick to what you believe and what you love, and they're like, and there's one chance where they might say, you're not for me, and you're like, okay, no problem. And then there's another chance that they might say, wow, I've really learned something from this. Thank you for bringing this up. Thank you for, really giving me the chance to learn more. And then the other one might be like, what if they said, this is probably like the worst one, what if they were like, what took you so long? This has been a test the whole time just to see if you would, share this information, be yourself, stand up for yourself. And you'd be like, oh man, are you kidding me? And I've pictured that one recently, and it's interesting because it's like, what if they're just like, yeah, I knew these things about you and was just waiting to see if you had the strength to like, have this conversation or share it with me, or really just wanted to see you go through that process of building your own character and knowledge and standards and morals and ethics and all of those things that make us who we are. And this maybe like older, wiser person is just sitting back and you think they're this type of person and you're very intimidated or you don't know how things will be and you don't want to rift the relationship. And then you finally like, okay, this is the day, and you just tell them all these things, or you behave in a certain way that's like, this is me. And then they're like, aha, finally, you've learned, I was wondering how long this was going to take you. And you're like, oh, are you kidding me? So, you know, giving people the chance to learn from us, and to allow them to be their authentic selves is the most important part of it. Because when we're not sharing who we are and our ideas and what's important to us, then other people aren't getting the chance to learn and to grow and to get new ideas. Otherwise, we're all just like robots. Um, what's a Monday morning without robots? Again, metaphorical, but who knows? There's still time. And other people, when they are their authentic selves, I think we celebrate that, and then it gives us the chance to be at least people who are interested in that, right? Um, it gives us the chance to be introspective, to learn something new, and to grow. And for people who are not open to that, it's not going to matter who you are anyway. And people who are open to that are going to be willing to have those conversations, and you'll be able to develop deeper relationships with people who have those same ideas and openness around, being accepting, being excited, and being supportive of, really everything that makes you you. And it's really fun being you. So don't discount it, and just think about, kind of living with intention of who am I doing these things for? Why do I say these things? Is it because I love it? Why am I doing these things? Is it because it's for me and my career, my goals, my physical, mental health? Does it nourish who I am? You know, who am I? Why am I driving this car? Why do I live in this house? Why do I treat my kids a certain way? And if it's not for you, then maybe take a look and see how it can be for you, because it's only going to work if you're you, and it's only going to allow others to be them. So, have a great week. I hope this helps. Sorry it was a little longer than anticipated. Whew. Um, Work your week, don't work this week, and I will see you next week. Enjoy.